Hi Leo, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Leo, this is going to be a general reading for mid-November 2024. And if you're new to my channel and if you've subscribed, I want to welcome you and thank you. And also to those of you that have been following since this channel came to be, which is about actually almost a year ago. So it's amazing how far we've come. And I want to let you know that I am offering personal readings also. If you're interested in that, the link to my personal readings is in the comment section and in my description box below. And this month is a huge month energetically, obviously with the elections in the US, and just actually when you're looking at all the astrological signs and following all of that, it's very, very energy charged. And in particular, there is a full supermoon in Taurus for November 15th, right when this reading's coming out. And I thought that I couldn't ignore that. And so I thought that what I would want to do is work with that energy that the full moons offer us. And because full moons is a great time for, bringing things to closure and completion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with, I'm going to use the Curious Travels deck to pull four cards from that. And then I'm going to clarify that with the Tarot of the Abyss. And I thought that it would be apropos to end this with a Moonology Oracle card over here. So we're going to first start off with looking at what you, in position number one, we're going to look at what are you being asked to release, Leo, this month? Because in a full moon, when a moon is at its peak, we're really being asked to look at what you're being asked to release that is no longer serving you. So I'm going to ask, first of all, for one card for Leo to show us what Leo needs to release that's no longer serving them. And we have the Devil in reverse. Okay, and that's going to go over here. And then on the other side, we're going to look at what secrets is your shadow revealing to you right now that's coming up for healing, basically. So, because what happens is the moon, again, the energy of a full moon will shine the light on some secrets that you don't know about, secrets that are becoming revealed. And it's something that we don't know. We do know because it's buried in our shadow, but it's in our unconscious. So what's going to happen here is when I pull this card, this is really what's going to be driving what you're being asked to release right now. And they're almost probably going to be a mirror of what's going on with with yourself right now, and what's coming up here from your shadow, these secrets that are being revealed to you. So let's ask for one card for that, Leo, for what's coming up from your shadow here. And that's the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. And then at the top, in the third position, once the reason why this energy from the moon is coming up and asking you to release this, and it's actually very much something that will come up from your shadow, and you're being asked to heal it because the universe wants to take you into a different direction. Now, again, this is a healing journey. It's all about, what you decide to do with it. And you're going to feel something coming up, something for closure this month. And so what we're going to do is in the third position, I want to know, what direction does the universe want to take Leo this month once they've started to, look at this and heal it? So why are you being asked to release this? You have the Seven of Wands. And I will, like I said, I will clarify these cards. And finally, what advice does the tarot have for you? And how are you going to begin to heal this? This is a journey and it's a process. It's not something that's going to come like this. And I'm not going to give you the miracle drug here, but but the universe will help you. The tarot is going to help you into the next step, right? I will also at the end provide you with a playlist that could help you with beginning to heal this. And you have the 10 of Swords right here, and that's what the advice from the tarot is. So now we talked about shadow work in part 2 here. And so if you're new to shadow work and you need some help with it, I've left a really good video for you in my description box below, and it's called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And that's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares. And that video is all about facing your own shadow. And I give you the steps that you can take if you're new to it. Like I said, that will help you out a lot. So you can have a look at that video if you like. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clarify these. So let's clarify the Devil right here. A couple cards to clarify that. You have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse and the 5 of Wands in reverse. Two fives here side by side. So definitely some change wanted here, because 5s are all about conflict and they're all about change. I mean, conflict sometimes, you know, if healed, will bring up change for you. All right, so number 2 in the second spot here. So the Page of Pentacles. It's one card. You can have another card, please. You have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the Ace of Swords. Third spot at the top. So the 7 of Wands. A couple clarifiers for the 7 of Wands. Well, that one was turned around, but I think it was turned around from before. So we'll see. One more. All right, you have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. Couple cards to clarify the 10 of Swords here. Whoa, those came out. You have the Chariot card, the King of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. All right, I'll bring that in, I guess, right here. And then we will, I think what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to pull, I'll do that after, instead of pulling it now. All right, so what are you being asked to release right now during this full moon energy? You start off with the Devil in reverse, and the Devil talks about in an upright position. You have this Devil, and these people are attached by these chains right there. You know, thinking that they're attached. I mean, they feel like they're attached. They're not really. You can see that they're not, you know, tightly around their necks at all. So, it's in reverse here. The Devil talks about, especially when it's talking about, you know, this is a healing channel. I often see this talking about those things that we're attached to, those addictions that we have. And I mean, there are so many addictions, I probably couldn't name them all, and the thing is, people know what their addictions are. You know what you sort of numb out on. You know, it could be scrolling on your phone, Netflix, alcohol, you know, weed, whatever it is that you use to basically hold off your pain. And it's in reverse here. So It's either that, it's coming to a point where you need to realize that, listen, like there's some real awareness that's needed with your addictions right now. You need to look at them. And it's in reverse, and that could also mean there's just like not a you're just not wanting to look at it. Like, it's just like, yeah, I know I have these. Yeah, I know what they're for. I know why I have them. And it's just like you're not willing to look at what these addictions here that you have, and how you are numbing out your pain, and that's what they're for, right? I mean, that's what we use them for, is to kind of, keep our pain at bay is what they're for. And I'm totally guilty of it myself. So and then right after, to clarify that devil, you have the Five of Pentacles, and this is really going to explain, I think, a lot about the pain that you're in right now and what you're feeling. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of a couple individuals here that are walking by this church and not really feeling worthy, not even feeling worthy to go in. And you have an individual way at the back, if you can see them, that's inviting them in, but they're just not willing to go in. They're not feeling worthy enough. And so there's some real unworthiness here that's coming up for you. And it's interesting because in a full moon, the moon is always opposite the sun. And when this full moon comes out November 15th, the sun is going to be in Scorpio. And if there's one if there's one zodiac sign that you can pick that is probably the most emotional, it is Scorpio. And so it's not going to be a surprise to see a lot of emotions coming up here. And I think I might have mentioned that at the beginning. And right after the Five of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is in an upright position. It says these two birds that are battling it out for these twigs, and they're trying to pick which one. I don't know if you've ever sat and watched birds build their nests. It's fascinating how they do it and what kind of shapes and sizes of twigs they bring in. But these two are battling it over and trying to figure out, who's the biggest, who's got the biggest one, so that's the one we're going to use. And so I can see here that you're in a position here where, for whatever reason, you are feeling, you might be comparing yourself to others. You might be in a position where you're, very judgmental. And especially when you're judgmental with other people, it's because you're the hardest on yourself, really. And so it's really a card of feeling less than, and sometimes it can actually be the opposite, where you're feeling, like this superiority complex. And that's just another form of feeling inferior, but you have to make yourself feel that superior to other people. And that's in reverse again. And so there's really a need here. Like, they're all in reverse here. And so I'm wondering if a lot of times when I see that these cards are in reverse, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear that's sitting on the top of it, which would make a lot of sense considering what's going on with this world right now. But, I'm wondering if there's a lot of fear of looking at your unworthiness and looking at your shame. And that's where the addictions can come in, because there's just a lot of fear that's lying on top of it, of looking at that, and even just to start digging up these emotions and stirring them up. And even though you're feeling them underneath, you're just not wanting to look at them, and that's where the addictions are happening. And so what's coming up from your shadow that's really driving this, and it's really, the universe is wanting you to heal this, bring some closure to it during this period at the end of November. And you start off with a page, and pages in my deck. This is a Page of Pentacles. Pages in my deck are our inner children. There's 4 of them, and mainstream psychology likes to say that we just have one page, but I've been on my own intensive healing journey, my shadow work journey, for about 7.5 years from my own trauma. And this page here is, whenever a page comes up, it's an inner child and it needs healing. And this page right here is the Page of Pentacles. It's the one that, it's a child of about 4, 5, 6 years old. That's how old our pages are, inner children. And this particular page, this inner child of yours knew what it was like to get back into their body, to be in their body. Young children really are very grounded when they were young. But then obviously when things happen to them, when life happens to them, things get in the way, they get out of their body because their bodies aren't safe. It's not safe in their bodies to feel these big emotions, so they go up in their head. And that's when the ego self kicks in and blocks you from going in your body. And so you have a page here that needs healing. And often when pages come up, the way that we heal them is to feel what they have felt when they were younger, which is big emotions like grief and shame and fear. And that's exactly what's coming up for you right now, are these big emotions that are coming up of this particular inner child of yours that needs to heal them. And right behind this page of Pentacles is the Six of Pentacles, and it's in reverse and in an upright position. This card, my 6 is in my deck, and it's important to note that it is a 6 because the 6s in my deck have a duality to them, all of them, and I'm including the Lover's card in the Major Arcana. And so you kind of look at this card and you think, well, what does it look like on the surface? You have this individual handing out the coins, weighing out. Well, actually, they don't have a scale in this one, but in the Rider-Waite deck they do. But it's more of, the beggar asking for, I think I'm worth 3 coins, and the individual here is going to dole out 3 coins to them. And if the beggar had thought, maybe, I'm going to double it, I'm going to ask for 6, well, then this individual would give the beggar 6 coins. And so this card, the duality in this card speaks about this giving and this receiving. You receive what you think you're worth, and same thing as you give to others, what you think you're worth. And so it's always about this giving and this receiving duality that's going on, but it's in reverse here. And so this is very much a card that speaks about worthiness, and I think it's in reverse because it needs healing. And when we're younger and things happen to us, for whatever reason, if we felt like for some reason we were ignored, if trauma happened to us, and we often can feel, most of us have, all of us have shame to some degree. All of us feel that sense of unworthiness. And so you have this inner child that wants you to heal this unworthiness right now. And this Ace of Swords that comes up at the end, it's very interesting because the ace is always an offer or a gift from the universe. And it's at the end, which is interesting. It's at the end of your shadow here. It's sitting at the end, like the unworthiness part starts first, because this is what needs to be dealt with. But right behind that comes an offer for you to find out your truth and who you really are, your authentic self. And that's what this Ace of Swords is. It's a new offer here. And so it's sitting here right buried in the bottom of your shadow. And that's how it usually happens, where you peel away these layers of trauma, emotions, and then we finally get to a closer look at who we really are, because our unconscious, our shadow, is really what impacts everything in our life, all our relationships, and who we are. So let's look at right now, what direction does the universe want to take you during this period? Once you've looked at this and you start to heal this and realize this is what's going on with me. I have this inner part that needs to share with me, that I need to listen to, because they have some unworthiness that they're sitting with. And so what direction does the universe want to take you? Well, the universe, it starts out with a seven of Wands here. And the Seven of Wands talks about this individual who's very much going at this alone, as you can see. And at the bottom here, you have these other individuals with these wands trying to kind of bring them back down and trying to stop them or prevent them what they're doing, not supporting and not validating this. Is it a gorilla? It looks like a gorilla, yes. This gorilla at the top, like just not validating him. And so the universe wants to bring you to a place where, you know, you feel validated and you feel supported on your healing journey. That's where the universe wants to take you. And right behind that is the Queen of Wands. Beautiful queen here. There are 4 queens in the deck, and the queens in my deck represent the feminine side to us. We all have a masculine and a feminine side. It doesn't matter what gender we are. It has nothing to do with our gender. But the Queen of Wands represents creativity. And creativity is a quality, a feminine quality that we all have. And I'm not talking about, the traditional creativity, like learning how to play an instrument, a piano, like a piano. I mean, it could talk about that, but what I'm seeing here is the universe wants you to feel more supported and more validated in the direction that they want to take you. And it's going to be something that's very creative for you. It's going to be something that is very sort of untraditional, that, you're going to have people around you that are kind of going to go like, what's that person doing? It's going to be something like this, where the people are going to be trying to take you down and going like, look at what that person's doing. Why would they do that? And it's something, it's a direction that, that you would want to take your life into, putting yourself first, and very unconventional. Maybe something you've been thinking about doing for yourself, wanting to do, and the universe wants to take you in that direction. And here's the Ace of Pentacles. Another ace. This is the second ace on the table here. Another beginning for you, another new beginning. And this time it's the Pentacle, and the Pentacle is all about the body, and it's all about your self-worth, your health, your workspace. And so it's a brand new beginning in that direction. It's a brand new beginning to feel worthy, to feel like you matter in your own skin. And that's what this card is, because this direction is going to make you feel like you matter. It's going to make you feel like, it's going to give you that sense of self-worth that really is what's needed here, what's needed to happen. And so in the advice from the tarot on how you can begin to heal this, well, the Ten of Swords is coming out here. And swords is, first of all, our mental energy and things that people have told you about yourself. So you see this individual that all their life, this is a closure. And this is the closure card for you. And this period, like I said, it's about closure. It's about bringing closure to something. And so, I won't be surprised if a lot of 10s are showing up in our readings, because the sword talks about mental energy and all these things that people told you about yourself growing up. And those were all the things that you would have heard where it really knocked you down a peg. Like those things of, who do you think you are? You can't do this. You're not allowed to do this. And finally, it's like, okay, let's bring this to let's bring this to a close now. All these ideas that are spinning around your head about your unworthiness, it's time now. Let's bring this to a close now, is the advice from the tarot. And the Chariot card comes right after it as kind of clarification of how you're going to be able to do that. So how do you begin? How do you begin to get rid of these thoughts that you have spinning in your head of unworthiness? The Chariot card comes in. I think for a long time you've been trying to control all these thoughts in your head and trying to control this unworthiness. And part of trying to control that is bringing the devil in right here with these addictions, right? That's how we would control this pain. If you're feeling a lot of unworthiness, it brings up a lot of pain, and shame is a shitty feeling, and we all walk around with it, but we kind of don't know how to get rid of it. And the Chariot card comes in saying, this individual has been on these 2 birds and these 2 geese, and they've been using their willpower to try to make sure, like, not one of these these geese is going to go in a, in a new direction here, because I mean, they're obviously going to fall off here. So the universe is saying, you have been controlling this a long time with your willpower, with your mind. And now it's time to start to go inwards. Now it's time to start to get back in your body, because there's some emotions that need to be felt here. There's an inner child that needs to heal. And it's time now. But as the universe says this, it's time to get back into your body. And especially, you have this page, this Ace of Swords that was in your, it was the Ace of Pentacles I wanted to refer to. You have this Ace of Pentacles right here that's sitting at the top of the direction the universe wants you to take. And I talked about the pentacle as being your body. And it was also a new invitation, if you want, to get back in your body, to experience what it is to live in your body. And I think that's what the universe is trying to get you here. Because we talked about the swords, this 10 of Swords of, you're being done in with being up in your head. Now, what's going to happen is, as you decide to, okay, I'm going to try to ground, I'm going to try to get back into my body. You have the King of Swords coming out here. And the King is our masculine side of us. We talked about the Queen being the feminine side. This is our ego self, our masculine side. And it's the one of the swords. And it's the King that says, I talked about the Ace of Swords here that's sitting in your shadow. That's your authentic self. That's who you are. And you beginning to find out who you really are underneath all that unworthiness. This King will come up, and it is a petrified part. The ego is a petrified part of us. The last thing it wants for you is to get back into your body and to start to feel some of those emotions. And it's not a fan of authenticity. Authenticity is a feminine quality. It's not a fan of being authentic. It wants everything to do with status quo. It wants everything to do with what the societal, what's going on in society and what society expects of you and wants of you. It's the one that will say, the part of you that says, keep those masks on. Don't take your masks off. This authenticity stuff, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's dangerous to be authentic. And that's something you would have learned when you were younger. It's dangerous to be authentic. And finally, the last card that comes in, a beautiful card for you, the Nine of Pentacles. We have this older woman, and she's staring at this bird. This bird comes to feed off her hand every single day. And that makes her day. If she didn't have her bird to do that every day, she would feel a little bit lost, because that's what matters to her most every day. Something very simple like this bird coming to feed off her hand. And so this card comes out and it says, what matters to you the most? What matters to you the most? And I think that's what, that's kind of like something that you need to think about. What is it that matters to you the most? And a lot of times it's hard. It's hard for us to figure out what matters to us, especially if we don't feel good about ourselves. But this reading wants you to take you to that place where you can decide, what matters to me? Not about what society is telling me, but what about me? What matters to me? And this really is a reading about putting yourself first and getting in touch with those feelings of shame and unworthiness that your little page here needs. And so, Leo, I'm going to pull a Moonology card for you, and let's see what the final message is here from the universe on one of these cards for you. Wow. Okay. You have a blue moon card, and it is called, if I can find it here. Here it is. Page 112. It's called Believe in the Impossible. As a saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance and that something one-off could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. Wow. Wow. Okay, nice card for you to end your reading. And Leo, I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important one of your life. And so I will see you next month. Take care. Bye.